Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with Mad About Mini Paper Pads and combining it with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 16, the Double Sketch Series. And this one is by the lovely Brandi Jo. And it's kind of hard to see because the way I printed this out, but it's got 6 little like Polaroids on the right layout and one bigger one on the left. And of course, I'm going to document this most adorable baby. And I'm going to forewarn you, he's here with me, so he might cry. And if he does, that's just going to be okay. So I'm using the Chamel Never Grow Up 6x6, 6x8 paper pad because I've got a bunch of scraps and I do want to use some of them if I can, but there's a few papers in here that I know I feel good about using. I've got this little paper tearer as well as this 12 by 12 of this like teal. I've got some different thickers. I really only use one of those. This is going to be kind of random, a pretty random, kind of bare looking in the end, but I like it. So I've got my papers. I have some embellishments. I've got these frames that I want to start getting used up. And I have my lovely pictures that I absolutely adore of my grandson and this Brandi Jo sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I use this paper tearer to tear this because I am documenting bath pictures. And yes, I've already done that once. It's fine. This is bath number 2. And me and my mom gave it to him. And so, of course, I took all these cute little pictures after, not during, because, well, my hands were a little full. So I do want the blue papers at the bottom to be pretty much the same height. So I line them up here and kind of tear them to where they're going to be pretty much the same. Even though I do use 3-ring binders, and there's, that gap in between, I still want it to be, kind of close. So I put that down. The concept is it's kind of looks like water. And then in her sketch, she only has like one extra layer for the papers, but I had this like ocean paper and then I had the boat paper and I really wanted to use those, but I also wanted to bring in that tealy color that I'm using at the bottom. And so I go ahead and mat my picture on that and then do the little cockeyed with the boats and the ocean. And then even though it's going to be sideways, you can't really see once I get everything down. You're not going to be able to see that that's like ocean and boats and that they're going sideways. So once those frames go down and the pictures are on there, you're not going to see that. So I'm going to start putting these down. I probably would have made these a little bit bigger, but the scraps I wanted to use were literally this wide, and so I kind of didn't have an option unless I just used different paper, and I didn't want to do that. The whole point was to use it up. So I am putting the pictures down higher up to the top since there's a bigger space at the bottom, like a bigger piece at the bottom. And so you're just going to see a little outline of the papers around the frame, and I'm fine with that. I didn't want a bunch of stuff over there. I really want the frames to be the focal point. I bought them at Joann's a while back, and every time I'd find them on sale in the $2.49 bin, I would always buy a new pack. And so I've got a ton of them, but I never use them. So I felt like something was missing, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. In her sketch, she's got like a little outline in the top corners, and I decided I'm going to mat my layout. And oddly enough, I decided I'm going to mat it on this blue because I love that blue. It looks really good on the layout, and so I'm going to mat it to where it almost looks like it's a large Polaroid itself. And so I am very happy with the way this turns out. And I don't use khaki that much anymore. I used to use it a lot. Not as much as black and white, obviously, but more than I use off-white. But I haven't used this much lately. So I tear this little piece because I want to put it over the top of this bottom part of the picture. It's just a bit of the towel, so I'm not worried about it covering anything. And I want it to have that same look that the bottom of the layout does. So I use that paper tear again. And I do use one embellishment from this thicker set, and it's just this little wordy phrase that says Seek Adventure. It's got a boat on it, so I've already got the boats on here. And add a boat embellishment to the bottom of the layout. I also kind of wanted something, not necessarily to make it stand out, but just to add a little something. So I take my gold Moonlight pen and I trace the layout that's matted on both layouts. And I am going to use that gold pen to do my journaling. I'm also going to put gold. Obviously, the title is in gold. That Seek Adventures in gold. And I am going to bring in my gold stickles and add a few extra little dots. Because on the sketch, which I need to add up to the top. Hopefully I remember that. Hopefully you all are seeing the sketch up in the top left corner. On the sketch, you can see there's like little stars and some kind of mixed media or something going from the bottom left to the top right of the left layout, and then in the bottom corner of the right layout. So I'm using some stickles and stuff for that. And then, like I said, I add this little boat, and I'm adding these little bubbles from some duck embellishments that I have. I didn't want to put another big yellow duck on here. The other layout I did for his bath had a bunch of ducks all over it, and I mean, I think it's super cute. And I do put that little blue duck on there, but I think everything on here is mostly in the blue family, except for those little yellow rings on the boat, and I'm okay with that. So, oh, and then I put that little stuffy up there on the top, like towards the top right corner of the right layout. So anyway, I took this boat paper and just fussy cut some of the little boats out because I didn't want to just put gems or mixed media or something in this diagonal. So I decided I would just fussy cut some of these little boats out. I did not do like a super neat, fantastical job. Like, I think it looks fine. It looks, good. But I just cut those out. They're very little, kind of hard to maneuver. So I just cut like 2, 4, 6, like 9 out on the left layout, and then I put like 3 over on the right layout, and then I add some of these little rhinestones from Recollections. I forget that I have them, and I like made a point of buying a ton of different colors in the rhinestones and the enamel dots, and like I forget to use them all the time. It's ridiculous. So I pull those out and put those on here. I put a couple clusters on the left layout and 1 cluster on the right, and then I've got the little like bubble clusters, and then of course I've got I'm going to bring out the gold stickles, and I actually am going to bring out a Nouveau as well that was sitting on my desk in Jewel Drop Sea Breeze, and it dries translucent, but the ones down in the blue that I'm going to put down there in a minute are going to you're going to see that blue paper through it. So it's kind of cool, but you can see the little bubbles. So you'll see that in a little while. And then I do pull out my Tim Holtz small talk and add little quotes on here that just say, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Hold on tight to your dreams. Great things take time. Do your best. I feel so lucky. And you can never have too much happy. We had such a blast giving him his bath. It was me and my mom, and her job was to make sure he didn't pee on us. It's a very important job. I did all the rest, but she had the important job. So he doesn't hate a bath. He's not like, it's not his favorite thing, but he doesn't like lose his marbles unless you're manipulating him. He doesn't like it when you like try and straighten him out, but that's okay. He is spending the night with me, so y'all are lucky that I'm even getting a layout done because I've been busy feeding and snuggling, and he is eating a lot today. So anyway, here's Brandi Jo's sketch again. I love this. I love the Polaroid concept. So hopefully I did it justice, and you can see the sketch in there. But here are the close-ups, and look at that cute face. You're about to hear his not so cute cry. Although it is kind of cute. He's about to fuss. Anyway, I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layouts. I can hear him talking. That's why I'm giggling. And I would love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. Please go check out all the other people who are hopping along with Mad About Mini Paper Pads, as well as 30 Days of Sketches. There's so much inspiration over there. And you can always get those sketches from 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life on Facebook. And other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.